Oregon officials have filed a federal lawsuit against the Trump administration, challenging the deployment of 200 National Guard troops to Portland. The lawsuit, filed jointly by the state of Oregon and the city of Portland, argues that President Donald Trump's order is an unlawful federalization of the National Guard. Background of the dispute: the Trump administration deployed National Guard troops to Portland to quell protests outside an immigration facility, citing concerns about public safety. However, Oregon Governor Tina Kotek and Attorney General Dan Rayfield contend that the deployment is unnecessary and an abuse of power. They argue that local law enforcement is capable of handling the situation, and there's no evidence of an emergency that would justify federal intervention. Superscript 1 Superscript 2 Key arguments in the lawsuit: lack of authority. The lawsuit claims that the president lacks the authority to deploy the National Guard without a legitimate threat or rebellion. Unlawful federalization. Oregon officials argue that the deployment is an unlawful federalization of the National Guard, which is typically under state control. Political motivation. The lawsuit alleges that Trump's decision is politically motivated, aimed at flexing political muscle, rather than addressing a genuine security concern. Implications of the deployment: the deployment of National Guard troops to Portland is part of a larger trend of Trump sending troops to various cities, including Washington, D.C., Memphis, and Los Angeles. However, Oregon officials argue that this approach is not only unlawful but also unnecessary, given the state's ability to manage public safety.